Paul, you were a farmer in the Western Vale. You had a grove of cherry trees, and when they would blossom, you would invite the village to come and pick them, to share them. Matthew, you were a baker, just like your father. You never turned anyone away if they were hungry, even if they didn't have a coin left in their pocket.
The rest of the people, the freeloading shitbags, are the ones truly affected here. They lost their endless food supply on the backs of the farmers, who were probably strong-armed into working at the king's commands, with no pay or ownership of the fruit of their labor.
Is a man not entitled?
The freeloaders wanted it to be that way. They are the ones who would be anti-queen because they can't freeload anymore. They need to work to ensure their survival now. So with that in mind, why would the queen keep Snow White alive? Let me be clear. A. The queen is evil, the movie says so. B. The populace are now tasked with working to survive, and logically, they are the majority of the population. So with that in mind, why is Snow White still alive? There has been no retaliation as to the queen's actions. Snow White is the only credible threat to her throne. Why keep her around at all? In the original, the kingdom is not defined much at all. That is the way it should be, since you can logically infer that the people of the kingdom still knew of Snow White and don't rebel against the queen's tyranny by having her show up for certain events dressed as a princess, but because she doesn't like her, she kept her as a maid. Basically, Snow White being alive aided the queen in appearing less tyrannical. But when we are shown that the kingdom already doesn't really like the queen, and none of the population even remembers Snow White,
as the years passed, the people nearly forgot there ever was a princess named Snow White.
then why is she kept alive at all? You might be wondering then, if the original had the queen keep Snow White in order to hide how tyrannical she really was, by potentially having the princess be visible in certain events or gatherings where the populace can see her, then why would the queen one day just decide to kill her? Well, the original has the queen's entire motivation be her beauty. Now that Snow White is recognized as more beautiful, then and only then does the queen decide to discard of her secretly. It's not a smart decision, but remember that the queen wants to be the most beautiful. Anyone who gets in the way of that goal, inadvertently or not, is going to suffer her wrath. In the remake, she can just as easily get rid of Snow White for the basic reason of being the next in line to the throne. The queen has more motivation than just being beautiful. She took over a kingdom and discarded of the king in order to get ultimate power.
The new queen wasted no time seizing power.
Nope. Why then does she not secure her position sooner? Especially since the kingdom understood that the king is most likely gone. The queen is dead and the princess is forgotten. You can't make her motivation be her beauty alone, especially when you have her singing about how beauty is also about belongings. Oh yes, we are going to talk about that musical number soon enough, don't you worry. Don't you worry.